Let's talk a little bit about self-defense. And we got to talk about specifically about home defense, because for years you have been told that you need an AR-15, you need a shotgun, you need something that it will throw a lot of lead, because if you have somebody invading your property or your house, your castle, you got to take that threat down. The problem is that most likely you would not have something like this on. Now, if you do have something like this on, you don't have to worry about anything that I'm about to tell you today. You can do whatever you want. You should be fine if you have this on. And these ones are the ones that you can literally talk, you hear everything, and they activate only when you shoot. So if you sleep with one of these on, or if you have it right next to you and you hear somebody coming in and you immediately, before you even grab your gun, you throw it on you and then you grab your gun and then you go, you'll be fine. If you're anything like me or any of you, most likely this is in your range bag. It's not right next to your bed. So now that we got all the nonsense out of the way, let's talk about real home defense. Real home defense. What does real home defense is? Somebody coming into your castle and try to do you bodily harm. That's my understanding of what a home defense will be. So here comes the home defense and what you have heard for years. Get a shotgun and shoot your way. No. An AR-15 and shoot your way. No. Guys, these are people talking out of their, well, with the sun don't shine. And I can say that for a fact because the moment that you squeeze that trigger inside your home, those sound waves that you're going to be affected by are probably going to make you unconscious, nauseous. You're probably going to lose all sense of where you at or what you're doing. Yeah, you may hit the target. You may not hit the target, but you may hit the target. Not only the trespasser will be confused and shot, but you also will be pretty much incapacitated. Oh, that's not true, Billy. I'm sorry to say, but yes, it is. Yes, it is. But you have been led to believe that, discharging a firearm, especially high caliber rifle, inside your home, nothing will happen to you. Because John Wick does it. Because other movies, you have seen it. They do it. You have seen them doing it. So it should be fine. It is not. It is not. Oh, but you see the movies, soldiers going into houses and whatnot. Remember what I said? You can literally have communication with this. I can put it on. It has the ability for you to hear what your team members are saying and whatnot. So you are protecting yourself. Those sound waves are not going to affect you if you have this. But since you don't have it, that's where you need to start thinking more into the real world. Should you discharge an AR-15 inside your house to protect your family and yourself? Well, I guess it's the only thing you have. I mean, I guess you got to do what you got to do. I mean, you're going to probably have permanent hearing loss. You're probably going to be disorientated. you may likely get shot by other people, because other people will hear the shots, or even if law enforcement responds in a timely manner, and since you can't hear anything because your ears will be ringing and you will be disorientated and whatnot, and the law enforcement goes in and they see you, they don't know that you're the owner, but they see you with a weapon. Do you think they're going to ask you to put it down? Absolutely. They will ask you to put it down. But you can't hear. So because you won't be able to hear, and you most likely will not comply because you can't hear, yeah, the result will be you going down as well. These are not hypotheticals. These are not like, oh, Billy, you know, this case and everything. No. These are factual things that it can happen to you. Now, again, you still have to protect yourself, right? So here is my advice to you all. When people recommend you to get a shotgun right next to you, to your bed, you know, just shoot you away, they are not considering that you may have your kids in the living room, that your wife may be up using the restroom, that your dogs might be, I don't know, roaming around the house. They're not considering none of that because they're basing their opinion on movies, not real life. That's the first thing that you have to consider. A shotgun spreads everywhere. Push slugs, Billy. Okay, then now it goes all the way through the walls. Even worse. Again, that's not even counting the sound waves and whatnot that they're going to... Yeah. A long boomstick is a lot easier to remove from your hands, meaning that boomstick can now be used against you. Because, you know, everybody comes out. I don't know what people think nowadays. I really don't understand. I don't understand, but if you want to do a little experiment, get your significant other to hold a literal broom. Just hold it like you will hold a rifle. How easy is for you to hold the end of that broom and just push it up and tap your significant other in the face? How easy is that? Probably fairly easy. Don't slap nobody. I'm just giving you an example so you can understand. How hard is it if you have that one right here? And that's another thing. Everybody's always like in the movies. You keep it as close as your body as you can because it's a lot harder to remove it from here than remove it from here. You see? Back here. That way you have this elbow up and you can push and bam, bam, bam. Guys, there's a lot of fantasy-driven home defense theories out there. Reality is so different. I tell you all, the preparedness is boring. Movies are where it's at. They're not reality. Now, you still need to defend yourself. And you need to get something that it will allow you to remain in control. And that's the key thing here. Home defense means that you have to acquire control of the situation. Right? If I'm telling you that a long boomstick should not be used, a shotgun should not be used, a high caliber should not be used, by deduction, you have left 22s. Now, the argument always is like, a rimfire is not good enough. It's not reliable. But it allows you to keep everything under control. It is not as loud as the other calibers. It will inflict damage. It will allow you to remain in control. Anybody can use it. Not just you, anybody. And the thing here is regain control. Regain control, that's it. You're not Rambo. You're not law enforcement. You're not special forces. You are a civilian. You want to regain control of the situation until such time law enforcement arrives. Plain and simple. That is home defense. You're defending yourself and your loved ones against a threat. Okay? So, the whole idea that people should go out with shotguns, just sleeping with the shotgun right next to them and an AR-15 or all of that, no. A 22 is a perfect, the best home defense tool that it will allow you to remain in control. The sound is not as bad. The sound waves are not going to affect you as much. You're probably going to have some ringing in your ears, but not permanent damage. You will be able to remain in control of the situation regardless of what's going on. They are easy to handle. And most importantly, the moment that you squeeze that trigger and somebody hears that, they're not going to stay there to fight. 99% of the time, they will remove themselves from danger. They will leave. They will take off. That moment, you regain control of your home again. And that is what home defense is all about. Regain control of your home. Plain and simple. If you'd like to support the channel, check out the links in the pinned comment below. Consider joining our Frontier Prepper Squad or let an adult to you run. It really does make a difference. And always remember, those who prepare today will not struggle tomorrow.